it's Rosalind. Welcome back to my garden. Today we are going to put together the very first summer planters for the backyard, and we have a gorgeous assortment of plants to put together. But my patio is in a bit of a mess right now, so I just need to show it to you. But I thought we would focus on making the deck look a little better. This is currently what the patio is looking like. So I still have my little greenhouse sitting back there in the corner that I was growing my cut flowers in this past winter and spring. So I need to get all of those planted out into the cut flower garden and take the greenhouse down. Then we can put the swing back up in the pergola. We are getting a new pool that will be placed in there. And this flower bed that I had started back in March, it's still sitting just exactly the way it was. So I thought, you know what? We are going to come up here on the deck and just put together a few beautiful planters and at least make this part look better. So that is just the raw, honest truth of our patio right now. I am not going to try and hide the imperfections of my garden, but let's take a look at some of these gorgeous plants that we'll be working with today. First of all, once we have the patio cleared off, this is just some of the plants that are going to be planted into planters on the patio. Isn't this combo absolutely gorgeous? It's kind of like a tropical, kind of like a romantic color. Love that color together. And a look at the plants that we'll be planting into containers for the deck today. So I have these little tomatoes that I started from seed. They're called Orange Hat. I'll throw a picture up on the screen, but they're a dwarf tomato. So I'm going to be planting them into these little terracotta planters and placing them up on the deck somewhere. And then we have these impatiens. I don't know if I'm going to be planting those into containers today or if I'm going to be planting those in the landscape around the patio. And then we have some creeping Jenny as a spiller and these gorgeous begonias. Oh my goodness, aren't those beautiful? Some Gerber daisies. And then I'm honestly not sure what this plant is called, but I thought we would use it as a spiller as well. We have some coleus and some, okay, what is this called? Vermillionaire. It's something that the hummingbirds love, so I always plant those on either on my patio or on my deck. We have a canna lily as a centerpiece. Some, let's see, what are these called? Caladiums that I want to use with the begonias as a centerpiece. And then I have a hydrangea, and it's supposed to be blue if your soil is acidic, but obviously the garden center did not have acidic soil. But I want to plant the hydrangea on it just into a planter by itself. And then I'm going to get some fertilizer that is acidic and it turns the flowers this color. And then I also have an apple blossom begonia. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if we can find a tag, see it a little better. Isn't that gorgeous? So that is the assortment that we have to work with today. I kind of know what I want these planters to turn out to look like, but we are going to start planting and see what we come up with. I always like to start with a good brand of potting soil. We put fresh potting soil in here. So this is what I'm thinking for the first planter. I want to do the canna lily in the back and the two vermillionaire plants kind of like on the side as filler plants. This will be my thriller. And then a coleus as another filler plant. And then I'm thinking this little green plant kind of reminds me of the succulent, spilling out the front. These roots are not root bound, so we don't really have to mess with them. Make sure that your root ball is completely covered with soil. Put in our coleus. And then we'll put our succulent looking plant in the front. We have the first planter done. Now I know it doesn't look like a lot right now, but all of these plants get quite tall. Like the canna lily can reach up to 48 inches tall. The vermillionaire, it can reach up to 28 inches tall. And the coleus says it can reach up to 24 inches tall. And then this will fill in as well and just kind of spill out. So let's get the rest of these planters done, and then I'll give you a tour at the end. All right, friends, the planters are done. So we are in northern Indiana, like 20 minutes south of the Michigan state line. So we have cold winters, but beautiful warm summers. So out here on the patio, we spend a lot of time out here in the summertime. So for my planters, I kind of like them to have like a tropical vibe, yet look like a northern garden. So let's get these planters placed, and then I'll give you a tour of them. It already feels like a different space up here, and these flowers haven't even matured yet. But I did put the Gerber daisy planter here. So this is on the north side of the house. Up here, up against the north side, it does get shade, and on this side, it gets sun all summer. So all the planters on this side of the deck can take sun. The hydrangea we will enjoy on the deck this summer, and then this fall I will plant it out into the landscape. Over here on this table, I thought it would be fitting. So I have a lavender plant here that the boys gave to me for Mother's Day. And then I just placed the tomato plants around the base of it because I thought, like, if we eat out here in the summer, it'll kind of be like a kitchen table. And then the planter here in the corner, this will be our statement planter once the canna lily fills in and grows up, and the vermillionaire. All of these plants will just grow and fill in that planter. The planter in this corner, I think this is my favorite one. This is already a statement piece. So I did plant 3 of the begonias around the edges. The caladium will be our thriller, and then the creeping Jenny we have as a spiller. But I am loving those colors together. And then over here in this corner, I did the apple blossom begonias with acholias, and then this succulent looking like plant we have as our thriller. And then over here in the landscape, actually we'll come down here and look at it. So I have some geraniums that I started from seed. Judah's back there playing with his toads. They're apple blossom geraniums. They're just babies, you can see. But I planted the apple blossom impatiens on each end of them because those colors will go very well together. And I don't know, I just wanted this area to kind of have a cool look with the whites and the foliage. But then over here, I am going to come in with begonias and just do like a drift of waxwing begonias. For summer planter care, all I do is whenever the soil seems dry, I water my planters, and then once a week I give them a water-soluble fertilizer, and that's all the care my planters get for the summer. So I'm hoping that real soon we can come in and give you a garden tour. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for gardening with me today, friends. I hope it was enjoyable for you, and I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing week. Bye.